What comes to mind when you think of the ultimate sport trail crossover ATV? For me, it's things like big horsepower, sport caliber suspension and ergonomics, and four-wheel drive. All things that the Can-Am Renegade is well known for. The Renegade has been in a class of its own since it was introduced, offering those that like the characteristics and performance of a sport ATV the off-road capabilities of a four-wheel drive. Not to mention the outright awesome horsepower of Can-Am's V-twins. In the past, Can-Am upped the ante and produced the Renegade X package. Now this consisted of ultra-cool Kayaba HPG remote reservoir and piggyback shocks, along with a couple of other really trick goodies. So how do you up the ante, raise the bar, and give Renegade buyers something the X package didn't? In a word, power steering. The 2010 Renegade XXC is a fine-tuned version of the X package targeted specifically for cross-country riders, and also features the new Can-Am dual-mode dynamic power steering. Available only in 800R form, the yellow and black XXC is the biggest and baddest Renegade in the lineup. Along with power steering, the XC badge gets you the previously mentioned Kayaba HPG shocks, trick functional beadlock wheels, front sway bar, a new front differential, and a more powerful magneto to help power the steering unit. Dual mode means you can select minimum or maximum output, allowing the power steering unit to do more or less with the pressure you put on the handlebars. The word dynamic refers to the reduction in output the faster you go. Working much like a car, the DPS system will reduce output in both modes as you increase wheel speed, helping reduce high-speed twitchiness. The DPS system works amazingly well on the trail and in nasty, harsh terrain. It allows you to feel less feedback in the handlebars and gives you ultimate control with ease. But there is a downside. While the system works remarkably well at slower speeds, I found the maximum setting at high speeds to be scary, and even the minimum setting to be a bit too much when cruising down the trail or open fire roads. That being said, it's just a calibration that needs to be changed, and I'm sure this will be adjusted in the future. In the suspension department, the term industry-leading would be an understatement when it comes to the KYB suspension. You'd be hard-pressed to find aftermarket stuff that works as good as this. The Renegade was never built to go on the track, but it was built for everything else. The long travel suspension soaks up anything you throw at it and does not fade, period. High and low speed compression along with preload adjustability allow you to tailor the Renegade to your style perfectly. Two new features on the XC are the half-inch front sway bar and the all-new Visco-Lock QE front differential that locks the diff faster than standard models. The half-inch sway bar keeps the front suspension from rolling over in hard cornering situations and allows the XC to track a flatter, more stable path. In slippery conditions, the QE front differential lends to the sway bar, allowing the front wheels to hook up and continue clawing forward without excessive wheel spin that some Can-Am riders have complained about with standard Visco-Lock. When it comes to looks, the XC's got it all, right down to the hardcore-looking bead locks. But in this instance, they ain't just for show. These things are fully functional and add huge value to the XC package. Right from the V-twin growl, the XC is a fully featured cross-country focused crossover ATV. While it's not much for utility work, it has all the right DNA to satisfy the hardcore off-road enthusiast and keep Renegade buyers satisfied. All the features of the XC look great on paper, but the most important part is that they translate extremely well onto the trail, delivering the best four-wheel drive, sport-focused ride in the business. Period.